Hello, and welcome back to the Dark Mod. We are here in Ettin. We don't want to be here in Ettin. So, we need money to get out of Ettin. As you can tell, I don't like it here. Has anyone seen my telescope? I swear to God, if I discover that one of you scoundrels has stolen it, I will be absolutely furious. Zelmer. I mean, he's dead, so it doesn't matter now. Chambermaids, I want green and red to be immaculately cleaned and adequately prepared in advance of the arrivals of tonight's tenants. Our beloved queen is gracing us with her presence this evening, and it is to be accommodated in green so that she might enjoy the magnificent view overlooking the river. Adequately prepared? Just adequately for the queen. Okay. For Archbishop Blake, red will have to suffice. If he protests, then send him to my office first thing tomorrow, and I will deal with him personally. White should already have been prepared for Mr. Allant. While he will be spending a few additional nights with us, he is of no particular import, and I am confident that its size is befitting. If Her Majesty should inquire about his lodgings, do reassure her that he is sufficiently accommodated for. Zelmer. P.S. To the maid tending to Archbishop Blake's fireplace during the night, make sure that you be on your best behavior and that you are wearing clean garments when entering his bedchamber. The last thing I need is complaints about the demeanor or presentation of my staff. Okay. So again, it seems like it is only the Archbishop that has a problem. Could be wrong. We don't have all the information yet. Well, that wasn't fair. I hate that. Where it's just like, guess what? It looks completely dark to you, but now it's bright as the sun. That's how it works, isn't it? And go. So I just won't be going out that door. Ma'am, you're rolling too slow. Come with me. No, you're fine. I'm just putting you to bed. You have a nice sleep on the straw mat. Sounds good, right? I know this is their life savings, but I need a life as well. And this will help me buy one. Seriously, come on. There we go. Have a nice night! Alright. Braxton. Didn't know that would actually name them, but okay.
Now I'm real angry.
Are you playing cards with yourself or what? I can't attack him from the side, but what is going on here?
Oh, you'll pay for that.
Apparently I will, over and over again. Don't worry about it. I don't get it. I used to be able to knock out people from the side all the time. Get him far enough away? No. Why has this changed? Why is there a jail cell in there? I don't get it. I honestly don't.
What?
You just decide that they don't get knocked out. Is that what this is? Alright, I have a noisemaker. I guess I can use that, but that's going to alert him.
What was that noise?
And he immediately turns...
What?
What do you mean, what? Fuck you! Yeah, it knocks out just fine. What is this? I already read that one. Huh. And we have a code over here. What is going on here? I'll take that, thank you. Now, hopefully that goes to a bathroom and not yet another hallway, because it's like he's the personal frickin' security or something. Hidden vault. Lord Zelmer, as per your instruction, I have ordered my men to seal off Gatwick. In addition, night shift patrols on Fleet Street and along the pier have been set to increase steadily and in accord with the scheduled arrival of Her Majesty's vessel. To ensure that all citizens of Gatwick are abiding the new restrictions, my men have been instructed to interrogate any individual found in violation of the curfew. Furthermore, to discourage any would-be repeat offenders, I have given my men leave to transfer any overly presumptuous individuals to Merbrook Prison for disciplinary action. Oh, this is Captain Braxton. In regards to Relunt's instrument, wow, I had some difficulty accommodating it in the display case as your request. The lever that opens it continues to catch on occasion, despite the locksmith having been put to work on the very issue not that long ago. Thus, I will schedule another appointment with him and ask that he meet you in your office. I trust that you will grant him access into your private vault once more, Captain Braxton. Display case housing the instrument can be opened from inside a vault hidden somewhere in Zelmer's office. Find it and open the display case. Yeah, well, I don't see none. Evidence locker. Braxton. Who is this, by the way? Zelmer. Braxton. I write bearing fortuitous news. Her Majesty has all but accepted our invitation. However, some unfinished business remains which you must tend to, given that our beloved Queen has some concerns that I need you to address. It is critical that the Queen remains oblivious to the current circumstances in Gatwick. Should she somehow learn of the builder's presence or activities there, it would no doubt hamper our efforts. To forestall this, I need you and your men to confine the citizens of Gatwick for the duration of the Queen's stay with us. We cannot afford the needy to wander within earshot of her and her entourage. Furthermore, I need you to move the valuables from the display case in the second floor lobby, as we will be having another need for it shortly. I have been informed that Relunt possesses a valuable instrument that we are to secure, given that the Queen has demanded that we safeguard his belongings. Hello?
Someone else is going to have to.
Oh, there he is. In the meantime, I would suggest that you move my assets into the extravagant evidence locker of yours. That extravagant? Oh, so that I guess that's extravagant for him. The locking mechanism alone cost me a fortune, so I implore you to make good use of it. Oh, and on that note, you can rest assured that I have disposed of any and all of my scribbling reference to your precious commendation. Since I am unable to commit it to memory, I have devised a discreet and, if I do say so myself, ingenious way of reminding myself. I have concocted a mock diary and sprinkled hints throughout using subtle clues. I am keeping it out of sight behind my bed, and so I hope this finally puts the matter to rest, and that I can expect that you stop pestering me about it. Ah, so in order to get into here, I can, hello? Okay. I can get into his... I can get the combination from his diary. The dumb idiot. Yaha. You said nothing. I'll throw a boot at you.
No.
Actually, you stay there. I want to see if this is worth anything. Nope. All right. That won't get us the instrument, but anything that we might need in there will get us that. Running, running, running. I need to get out of the way sometime soon, dude. Lavatory. Is that where they put the lavender? No, it's... Why is that so creepy? Grandma's worth something. I mean, she was always worth something, but you know what? I'm gonna stop talking. Because it just... Oops. Now that is a yeet. Did not mean to do that. Never expected somebody to make that kind of noise when they got knocked out, but you're okay. Ah. Our number one suspect. Here you are. Now do me a favor and don't flop and wake up, okay? Otherwise we'll have a problem. Seems he may have been asleep at the time, but we don't know when he died. And I don't even know if I need to try to figure out who killed who. Why do people always die at parties? Maybe he just had a heart attack. And also, why do I care? And why does a father, an archbishop, have so many jewels? Is that hammer worth anything? This doesn't seem very modest to me at all. This looks rather nice. But what would I know? Prayer of the wall builder, prayer of consecration. Yeah, I don't really care about the whole prayer thing. I am not one for much prayer.
Sure. Leave it open so...
Yeah, leave it open so I can dump you in there. So I can dump both of you in there. He gonna wake up and go, what? Why are there sleeping guards in my room? And one of your own men, too. What a shame. I mean, I might as well, right? Gotta shame him just a little bit. Why would you post somebody with a bow inside? Right? It is kind of odd, right? Alright. Well, there's nobody here. Grab that. Ooh, was that a painting above there? I need to go back through and do like a painting. Oh, no, it's not. A painting check. Hello? Oh, hi. It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Seems quiet enough now.
Guess it doesn't really matter if he's alerted because he's kind of already alerted, which makes sense. I would have had no idea there was something behind his bed. Gonna be completely honest. At least they left a note instead of thinking, well, you should have found it. And we can read it at our leisure where we need it.
That's an odd noise.
Your face is your odd face. Shut up. You sleep real deep, dude. I've ran by you how many times by now? Yep. Alright. Zelmer's fake diary. Today was extraordinary uneventful, so I decided to make good use of such a rare occurrence and do some reading myself. As I entered the study, I stopped to note the time, almost exactly 2 o'clock. I distinctly remember thinking to myself, so I wonder if the first digit is 2. I sat down and began reading. After only a few moments had passed, Captain Braxton suddenly walked in with a searching look on his face. He placed himself on the couch next to me, and to my dismay, he insisted that we discuss the recent dealings of the City Watch. Wow. Such an asshole. I sensed that I would not easily persuade him otherwise, and so I decided to indulge him. As his summary commenced, I found myself staring up at the wall behind him, fixated by the magnificent antler mounted on the plaque above him. I must have been counting its spurs when Braxton presumably realized that I was paying him no mind and subsequently ceased his ravings. Oh crap, I need to go find what that is. Ugh. I suppose my lord is tired, he muttered to himself, as he slowly raised from his seat and left the room. My fever has passed, and yet that ghoulish doctor of mine insists that I remain confined to my bed. It has been nearly a week with naught to occupy my mind but to count each and every taffing whorl in the wooden awning above my head. The answer always comes out to be exactly the same. 36. So, what was it? 2 something 36, maybe? Wrong way. Hopefully it doesn't reset every time. Oh my god. I mean, there's no alarm, so I might as well just brute force it. Sounds kind of rusty, not gonna lie. And? I could do this the old-fashioned way, but why bother going looking for it when I could just... Ha-ha! Nice! Alright, what is this? Contraband discovered under a walkway on the pier, presumed to be contraband. Will remain in evidence for 1 month, at which time it will be declared property of Lord... Seriously? Yeah, just give it back to him. 27th of February, poaching, evidence bone quiver, offender Glenn Baldwin, a carpenter. Jesus Christ. Lord Merryweather. While tending to his customary guard duty, Officer Cromwell overheard a conversation between 2 citizens in the vicinity of Gatwick Clock Tower. From their discussion, Cromwell surmised that one Mr. Baldwin was surreptitiously poaching game from the estate of a nobleman, whose name remained unspoken. Later that same day, Mr. Baldwin was caught red-handed in front of his home carrying a rucksack within which Officer Cromwell uncovered 2 rabbits, 5 apples, and 1 squirrel. Mr. Baldwin subsequently confessed to having obtained them from a forest belonging to Lord Merryweather. Mr. Baldwin has spent the past 6 days confined to his cell. He is to remain there until Lord Merryweather has prescribed him adequate... Really? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. So there's no set time, just... I cannot believe he didn't find the bodies. What the hell is he doing? No set time, just whoever you wronged will tell you when you've been confined for long enough. That's kind of fucked up. Please don't come in here.
Stop right there!
Serious? Where am I? What? Ah, crap. I completely forgot what everything was. Oh, why do I suck so much? I got this. I got this, I swears. It was 2 something 36. So like 2:8:36, I think. Shut up! So at least I won't have to read it or go through all those again. All right. And nice. Well, we have quite a bit of contraband, so that's always good. Can't steal any of that. I can steal this. I meant to... Well, I saved it. I just didn't mean to go to the menu to save. 28th of January, theft. Suspect Jane Dalton Maid. Plaintiff Baroness Yvonne von Lewis. Estate the Baroness Lakeside Villa. Lieutenant Archibald was approached by Baroness Yvonne, who alleged that she had reason to believe that one or more of her servants were overtly alleviating her of her valuables. 2 officers were commissioned to conduct a search at the premises, and when an ornate vase and a prized bottle of wine was eventually discovered under a bunk belonging to one of her maids, one Miss Dalton, she was promptly placed under arrest. Miss Dalton fervently denies all accusations against her and insists that the Baroness' accusations are merely a ploy to have her replaced. In addition, she claims to have confronted the Baroness on several occasions on account of an extended delay in the payment of her wages. The case was ultimately settled when Archbishop Blake declared Miss Dalton to be a heathen and a conjurer. The following morning, Miss Dalton was burned at the stake. Jesus Christ. The Baroness has so far neglected to reclaim her confiscated valuables, despite having been informed that she is free to retrieve them at her leisure. That's kind of like really fucked up. 7th of March, manslaughter. Oh my. Evidence, a bloody piece of broken furniture. Victim, Lady Margaret Sheffield. Sheffield. I can talk. Suspect, Henry Greyglober. Servant. Crime scene, the estate of Sir George Sheffield. At C 11:30 in the evening, Lord Sheffield came upon his wife sprawled about the kitchen floor and surrounded by a large pool of blood. He consequently dispatched one of his servants on horseback to a nearby city watch guard post, where the incident was initially reported. Mr. Greyglober, Lord Sheffield's chef, was later arrested on account of a heated argument that he and Lady Sheffield had supposedly engaged in 1 day prior to the incident, according to Lord Sheffield's groundskeeper. The cause of this homicide remains to be determined, and on account of his continued defiance, Mr. Greyglober has been transported to Marybrook Prison, where the builders have duly agreed to aid in inquisition. Okay. Provisional storage, come see me if you need access. Captain Braxton. Well, Braxton, I already have a key, so I'll take it. Yeah, it's just normal storage we got right there. That's just there, all that is.
Why can't we get some decent lights around here?
I know, right?
Now that's supposed to be lit.
It's all supposed to be on. I don't know who keeps turning it off. It's completely unprofessional. Completely unprofessional. Hopefully he still doesn't find those. Study. So, was Was it in here? This study that the apparatus to open the container? Is that where this is? The display, that's what I was trying to think of, but couldn't because brain no work good no more. I don't even know what's in here. It's so hard to see. Ah? Ooh, a pagan mask. Please don't tell me pull book. At least not. At least a obvious pull book. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, it was 8 points on the antler. Antler? Antler. That's cool and everything, but I thought that was highlighted for a second. Huh. Bit of a light right there, but I doubt that's it. Ah, crap. Bit like be the wheel? No, it is not the wheel. For some reason, I just keep looking back at this clock. Well, whatever. We'll leave it here for now. We look around some more. Who is in here? I didn't really look at the color above the door. Guess it doesn't really matter. This must be the musician. Right? That makes the most sense. So you want it to be well accommodated, just not too well. Alright, well, that's all up here. All up here until we can find where that vault is, that secret vault. Oh, wait. Wait, we have an office and we have a study. This looks like an obvious place. Ah, here we go, right here. Nice and obvious. Alright, much better.
Open sesame.
What? Oh, that opened the case. My bad. I'm like, but I didn't do anything in here yet. I absolutely did. I believe I may have devised an ingenious way of killing several old and bothersome birds with the throw of a single well-aimed stone. For the longest time, I have been unsuccessful in my endeavor to please the constituency of this godforsaken city. Meanwhile, Braxton is tackling a steady climb in criminal activity, largely perpetrated by the citizens of Gatwick, which got me thinking. Could I perhaps settle both of these conundrums with one swift and concise maneuver? As it turns out, I think I just might. It remains to be an ongoing struggle to provide my patrons with a suitable number of inexpensive and loyal servants, an arduous and seemingly endless assignment which persistently proves frustratingly difficult. The builder overseeing Maybrook Prison are reportedly facing an almost diametrically adverse challenge. The prison cells are teeming with scum, and I have it on good authority that they are nearly at capacity. Much to the dismay of Archbishop Blake, I'm sure. It seems to me that I would be able to alleviate the builders of a rather substantial portion of their inmates while simultaneously boosting my patrons' workforce considerably, at no cost to them whatsoever. I've already managed to convince the Archbishop, and his cooperation in this venture will no doubt be instrumental to its success. However, submitting convicts into slavery is not exactly within my mandate, and thus I would need the Queen's blessing to proceed. I will no doubt need to convince her that my intentions are just, righteous, or perhaps even somehow favorable to the prisoners of Maybrook Prison. While no small feat, her consent would undoubtedly secure my position as mayor of Ettin for the foreseeable future. I was all but ready to send my motion to the Queen when Braxton directed my attention to a potential flaw in my reasoning. He aptly reminded me of Her Majesty's fervent hatred of the builders, and, given that I would need mention Maybrook Prison, our little scheme would no doubt be ill-fated. Braxton then proceeded to inform me that our beloved Queen is a known admirer of the local melodist, a Mr. Rollant, who supposedly was once a resident of Ettin in years past. He further argued that Ettin's upcoming 200th year anniversary might be the perfect opportunity to extend an invitation to the Queen, and that Rollant's attendance might be sufficient to make her forget her animosity towards the builders. I have since been in correspondence with Mr. Rollant, who proved surprisingly easy to persuade. To further beguile Her Majesty, I have instructed Rollant to have set a musical recording of his works fabricated, which I intend to offer to Her Majesty as a gift in advance of delivering to her my carefully worded proposition. But a glorious, fortuitous day. This afternoon a courier arrived carrying an acceptance letter from Queen Dietalma. As was perhaps to be expected, her acquisitions was not entirely without objection, and Her Majesty had included in her letter a few royal conditions pertaining to her attendance. I will make sure to have Captain Braxton see to these before her arrival. Seems like everything was going according to plan. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed my nonsense. If you did, a like, comment, subscribing, and hitting that bell icon would be greatly appreciated. This has been Boylag, signing off. You can. Oh god! Close the damn door, please. Oh god, it scared the crap out of me. Wasn't expecting that. Come in. I mean, don't come in.